My dear children, come and rest with me for a while. Hear the soft stillness of this sacred moment, as if you were standing in a quiet chapel at dawn. The air is filled with peace. The glow of altar candles flickers gently, and the hush of my presence surrounds you. A church bell rings faintly in the distance, its chime rolling across the air like a call to your heart. Light streams through stained glass windows, casting colors upon the floor, bathing you in a radiant glow that reminds you of my eternal love. You do not need to strive. You do not need to prove your worth. Simply be still and know that I am God. As the morning sun rises, warming the earth, so too my grace shines upon you, warming your soul, calming your spirit, and lifting the weight you carry. My dear children, this is holy ground, and I am here with you. Do not turn away, for I have treasures to reveal to your heart. Remain in this moment where heaven bends low to touch your weary soul, and where I whisper words of life that no storm can silence. I have called you here to remind you of something eternal, something no darkness can erase, the gift of my grace. So many of you live with feelings of unworthiness, convinced that you are beyond love, beyond forgiveness. Yet hear my voice now, for I say to you that my love does not measure you by your failures. My mercy does not keep count of your shortcomings. My grace flows freely, and it is greater than every mistake, stronger than every weakness, deeper than every wound. I want you to remain with me in this message. Stay close, listen deeply, and let my words sink into your heart like rain upon dry ground. My grace is not earned, it is received. It is not rationed, it is poured out in abundance. I long for you to feel this truth, not just with your mind, but with every fiber of your soul. My dear children, picture a waterfall pouring endlessly into a river. The water does not stop. It does not ask permission. It flows freely, powerfully, and constantly. That waterfall is my grace. It cascades from heaven into your life without ceasing. No matter how thirsty your soul, there is more than enough. No matter how far you have wandered, the current of my grace can carry you home. You may feel unworthy of love, but hear this. I chose to love you before you were even formed. My word tells you, for by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God. Remember this, my dear children, for it is not your effort that secures my love. It is my gift that secures your place in my heart. When shame whispers to you that you are unclean, let my grace answer louder, declaring you washed, renewed, and restored. When guilt chains your heart, let my grace be the key that sets you free. My grace does not falter when you stumble. It runs to meet you just as the Father ran to embrace the prodigal son. My dear children, my arms are always open, and my grace is always flowing. Look at the river that receives the waterfall. It cannot reject the water. It cannot stop the flow. It simply yields and becomes full. So must your heart yield to my love. Do not resist. Do not argue. Do not count yourself out. Simply receive. Let my Spirit fill you as surely as the river fills with water. When you feel you cannot forgive yourself, I remind you that I have already forgiven you through my Son. The cross was not the measure of your worthlessness. It was the measure of your worth. The blood that was shed cries out that you are loved, treasured, redeemed. My dear children, I do not hold your sins against you. I wash them away, casting them into the depths of the sea, never to rise again. Pause with me now and feel the peace of this truth. Let the rushing sound of the waterfall fill your imagination. Hear it drown out the lies that say you are beyond hope. Feel the spray upon your face, refreshing you, cleansing you, reminding you that you are mine, and nothing can separate you from my love. I want you to walk in freedom, freedom from shame, freedom from fear, freedom from the weight of trying to earn what I have already given. My grace is not wages for your work, it is the inheritance of my children. My dear children, you are not beggars at the table of mercy. You are sons and daughters, seated with me in heavenly places, clothed in righteousness, covered in grace. Do not measure your value by the brokenness of your past. Measure it by the cross and by the empty tomb. Do not count your worth by human approval. Count it by my eternal declaration, you are mine, and I love you with an everlasting love. My grace will never run dry, for I am the living God, and my love is inexhaustible. Even when you doubt, even when you question, even when you feel distant, my grace remains. Like the river that continues its course through valleys and plains, my grace follows you wherever you go. My spirit whispers in the quiet moments, reminding you that you are not forgotten, not forsaken, not abandoned. Take courage, my dear children, for I am with you. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. When you feel weakest, I am strongest. When you feel empty, I pour myself into you. When you feel lost, my grace lights the path home. Let your heart rest in this truth. You are loved without measure, not because you earned it, not because you performed perfectly, but because I am love, and I pour out my love in abundance. I do not give sparingly. I give freely. I do not withhold. I lavish. I do not turn away from your brokenness. I step into it with grace that heals and restores. So come, my dear children, drink deeply of the waters of life. Rest by the river of grace that flows unending. Lift your face to the light of my presence and know that you are safe in me. I am your Father, and I delight in you. My dear children, listen closely, for I long for you to understand this gift I have given. Grace is not a trickle. It is not a drop. It is an endless river flowing strong and full, unable to be contained. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of that waterfall, the sound of rushing waters filling your ears. Every drop declares my love. Every surge of water declares my mercy. Every moment of that flow declares my promise. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You may look at your own heart and see failure. You may look at your own life and see weakness. But my dear children, I do not see you through the lens of your mistakes. I see you through the blood of my Son, through the lens of redemption. To me, you are clothed in white, washed clean, restored. As high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is my love for you. As far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions from you. I know that shame can feel heavy, like a stone pressing on your chest. I know that guilt can echo like a voice that never silences. But I tell you this, those voices are not mine. My voice is gentle, steady, and kind. My voice does not condemn you. It calls you into freedom. My grace is not a chain. It is the key that breaks every shackle. When you allow my grace to enter, chains fall, and the prison doors of fear and shame swing wide open. Consider the story of the river once more. If the river doubted its worth, if it believed it was too polluted, too shallow, too undeserving, would the waterfall stop its flow? No, my dear children, the waterfall would continue pouring out, cleansing and filling until the river was renewed. So it is with you. My grace does not retreat when you feel unworthy. My grace presses in, healing and washing until you are made whole. Rest now in my love. Feel my spirit whisper to your soul. You are mine, you are loved, you are forgiven. Do not strive to earn what I freely give. Let the striving cease. Lay down your burden, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. My dear children, I never asked you to carry the weight of perfection. I ask you only to trust in me, to receive, and to walk in the light of my love. Ephesians 2:8 is my eternal reminder to you, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God. My dear children, hear those words again and again until they settle deep within you. Saved by grace, not by works, not by your attempts to fix yourself, not by your desperate struggle to measure up. Saved by grace, because I love you with an everlasting love, and my mercy triumphs over judgment. There will be days when the enemy tries to convince you otherwise. There will be moments when whispers of unworthiness creep back into your mind. In those moments, turn your face toward me and picture the waterfall once again. Picture it pouring and pouring without end. That is who I am. That is how I give. That is what covers you. Let the image of my grace wash away the lies, leaving only the truth of my love standing firm in your heart. My dear children, remember this also. Grace is not only for your past sins, it is for today, and it is for tomorrow. When you stumble again, when you fall short again, my grace will still be there, as steady as the river that never runs dry. You cannot outrun it. You cannot exhaust it. You cannot break it. My grace is as eternal as I am. Let your soul breathe in this truth. Let peace enter where fear once lived. Let hope rise where despair once ruled. You are not defined by your lowest moment. You are defined by my highest gift. The cross stands as the eternal declaration of your worth. The empty tomb sings the everlasting song of your victory. And my spirit living within you whispers daily that you are beloved, forgiven, chosen, and secure. Lift your eyes now, my dear children. Lift them above the weight of your regrets. Lift them beyond the shadows of your failures. Look to the light that breaks through the clouds. Look to the dawn that follows the long night. For I am making all things new. You are not the sum of your past. You are the child of my future. You are not a prisoner to shame. You are free in the light of my grace. And when you feel weary, come back to the river. When you feel broken, come back to the waterfall. Sit by its edge in your spirit and let it refresh you. Imagine my hands upon your shoulders, my voice speaking peace over your storm, my spirit lifting your chin and reminding you that you are never alone. I am with you in the quiet nights when tears stain your pillow. I am with you in the crowded days when burdens press against your chest. I am with you in every season, in every valley, in every climb, in every storm, and my grace will carry you through it all. So, my dear children, do not fear, do not doubt, do not believe the lie that you are unworthy of love. You are the object of my love, and I pour it out without hesitation. You are the recipient of my grace, and it will never stop flowing. You are mine, and I am yours forevermore. My dear children, let your hearts rest in this truth. I am not looking for perfection from you, for perfection has already been accomplished through my Son. What I long for is your trust, your surrender, your willingness to open your hands and let my grace fill them. Too often, you come to me with clenched fists, holding tightly to your shame, your regrets, your wounds, and your fears. Release them now into my care. As you release, I will replace them with peace, with joy, with strength, with hope. Picture the waterfall again, tumbling down in endless motion, roaring with life and power. Each drop of water carries my mercy. Each spray of mist carries my comfort. Each wave of flow carries my promises. Just as the waterfall does not run dry, neither does my compassion for you. My dear children, when you drink deeply of this water, you will never thirst again, for I give to you rivers of living water flowing from within. I see you in your secret places of struggle, when you lie awake at night replaying mistakes in your mind. I see the silent tears you think no one notices. I see the heaviness in your chest when you wonder if you will ever be enough. And I say to you now, you are enough because you are mine. You are loved not for what you do, but for who I am. My grace covers the ground where you fall. My mercy gathers the pieces where you break. My love restores what you thought was lost forever. You may ask yourself, but why, Lord? Why would you love me when I fail so often? And I answer, because I am love. It is my nature. It is not conditional. It does not depend on your record. It does not fade when you falter. My dear children, I do not love you less on your worst day, and I do not love you more on your best day. My love is constant, eternal, unwavering. When you walk through the valleys of doubt, I am with you. When the shadows of guilt stretch long across your path, I light the way with my grace. When you are weary from carrying burdens, I lift them from your shoulders. My word tells you, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Take those words into your soul and breathe them in. My grace is not weak, it is mighty. It will uphold you when you can no longer stand. Pause now, my dear children, and imagine yourself standing under the waterfall. Let the water wash over you, streaming down your head, your face, your shoulders, your heart. Let it cleanse the grime of regret. Let it cool the heat of anger. Let it soften the hardness of fear. Stand there in the flow of my grace and know that you are safe. I want you to know that my grace is not only about forgiveness. Yes, it wipes away your sins. Yes, it restores your soul. But it is also the power that lifts you to live differently. My grace is strength in your weakness. My grace is courage when you are afraid. My grace is light in your darkness. It does not only cover where you have been, it equips you for where you are going. Think of the river again. As the waterfall pours into it, the river is not stagnant. It moves, it flows, it brings life to the land around it. So it is with you. As you receive my grace, you will carry it outward, spilling over into the lives of those around you. You will become a living testimony of my mercy, a vessel of my love. My dear children, you are not called to hoard grace for yourself, but to let it overflow like the river, touching dry and thirsty souls with the waters of my compassion. And when you falter again, and you will do not despair, do not believe that grace has ended, return to me, and you will find the river still flowing. Return to me, and you will hear my voice still calling. Return to me, and you will know my arms still open wide. My grace does not expire. My forgiveness does not run out. My love is not conditional upon your ability to remain flawless. I am your Father, and I will always welcome you home. My dear children, lift your eyes now and see yourself as I see you, beloved, chosen, redeemed. Do not define yourself by the labels the world has placed on you. Do not define yourself by the scars of your past. Define yourself by my word, which declares you holy and dearly loved. Define yourself by my promises, which are yes and amen. Define yourself by my grace, which has sealed you as mine forever. Even now I am pouring out more. Even now my spirit is whispering to your heart. Even now the waterfall flows with no end in sight. You cannot outrun it. You cannot out-sin it. You cannot escape it. Wherever you go, my grace will follow you. Wherever you fall, my grace will meet you there. Wherever you rise, my grace will lift you higher still. Take heart, my dear children. You are not walking this journey alone. The path may twist, the storms may rage, the nights may feel long, but my grace is your constant companion. When you are weak, lean into me. When you are afraid, trust in me. When you are weary, rest in me. For I am the one who carries you, the one who holds you, the one who delights in you. So let go of your fear of unworthiness. Let go of the lie that you are too broken, too stained, too far gone. The cross has declared the truth once and for all. You are forgiven, you are free, you are loved. Let my grace define your life. Let it shape your steps. Let it renew your heart every day. Remain here, my dear children, in the flow of my mercy. Drink deeply, breathe freely, and walk boldly, for you are mine. My grace is your covering, your strength, your song, and I will never let you go. My dear children, let us journey deeper still into the river of my grace. Imagine yourself walking beside its banks. The water sparkles in the sunlight, clear and pure, moving steadily forward, never stagnant, never ceasing. Just as the river nourishes the land, so does my grace nourish your soul. You cannot live without it, for it is the very breath of my love poured into you. Every step you take by this river is a reminder that I am with you, guiding, sustaining, and refreshing. I know that many of you carry the weight of old wounds. Some of you replay words spoken long ago, words that cut deep, words that told you that you were not enough. Others carry scars from choices made in weakness, decisions that left you ashamed. Still others bear the burden of silence, of secrets, of regrets unspoken. My dear children, listen to me now. You are not defined by those wounds. You are defined by my healing. You are not labeled by those failures. You are marked by my redemption. Grace is not simply a covering. It is a transformation. It does not leave you in the dust. It raises you up. It does not ignore your pain. It heals it. It does not bypass your weakness. It fills it with strength. My grace takes what is broken and makes it whole. My grace takes what is stained and makes it clean. My grace takes what is lost and brings it home. Pause and feel the gentleness of my hands upon your heart. I do not come to accuse. I come to restore. I do not come to condemn. I come to embrace. Just as a shepherd gathers his sheep, so I gather you into my arms. Just as a father lifts his child from the ground after a fall, so I lift you from your failures. My dear children, you are never too far gone for me to find you, never too broken for me to heal you, never too unworthy for me to love you. I remind you of the word spoken in my word, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God. Let those words echo in your soul. Saved by grace, not by your striving, not by your endless attempts to prove yourself, not by the weight of your own effort. Saved by my love, saved by my mercy, saved by my unending kindness. Think of the waterfall once again. Watch as it falls without hesitation, without reserve. That is how my grace flows to you, without pause, without limit, without end. It is not measured out with caution. It is poured out with abundance. You may fear that you have reached the end of my patience, but I tell you, my patience has no end. You may think you have outrun my mercy, but I tell you, my mercy pursues you still. You may believe you are too far, too lost, too unworthy, but I tell you, my dear children, that nothing can separate you from my love. And what will you find when you stand beneath this waterfall? You will find peace like a soft whisper, wrapping your soul in calm. You will find joy like sunlight breaking through the clouds after a storm. You will find hope rising like dawn after the long night. My grace is not a concept to study. It is a reality to live. I want you to breathe it in, to let it soak into your being, until you can say with confidence, I am loved, I am forgiven, I am free. Some of you fear that if you truly received my grace, you would become careless. But hear me clearly. My grace does not lead you into recklessness. It leads you into righteousness. It does not give license to sin. It gives freedom from sin. It is not weakness. It is power. My dear children, when you taste the fullness of my grace, your heart will be transformed, your desires will be renewed, and your spirit will be strengthened. You will not want to return to the chains that once held you. Think again of the river flowing outward. It nourishes trees that bear fruit. It waters fields that bring life. It refreshes animals that drink from it. So it will be with you. As you allow my grace to flow through you, it will spill into your relationships, your families, your communities. Where there is strife, you will carry peace. Where there is despair, you will carry hope. Where there is hurt, you will carry healing. My grace will not end with you. It will flow through you. And even when storms rise, even when the rains come and the winds blow, my grace will sustain you. Rivers swell, waterfalls roar louder, and so does my mercy increase when life feels overwhelming. My dear children, in the storm you may feel weak, but my grace will hold you strong, will hold. In the night you may feel lost, but my grace will light the way. In the valley you may feel alone, but my grace will walk beside you. So do not fear tomorrow. Do not be crushed by the weight of your yesterdays. Today is the day of grace. Today is the moment of mercy. Today is the hour of my love reaching you. Stand beneath the waterfall once more. Hear its sound. Feel its spray. Know that this is your inheritance, not earned, not purchased, but freely given because you are mine. Lift your eyes to me, my dear children. Lift them from your shame, from your failures, from your doubts. See me smiling upon you. See me rejoicing over you with singing. See me delighting in you as my precious ones. You are not an accident. You are not forgotten. You are not unloved. You are my beloved, and my grace is the song that will carry you through every season of your life. Remain with me here. Let these words soak deep. Do not hurry away, for my grace is not a fleeting moment. It is eternal. It is the rhythm of heaven, the song of the redeemed, the anchor of your soul. And I will never stop pouring it into you. My dear children, listen again to my heart. Grace is not an idea far away in heaven. It is a gift I pour into your life every moment. Grace is the strength in your breath as you rise in the morning. Grace is the peace that steadies you when anxiety tries to shake you. Grace is the gentle whisper in your spirit, reminding you that you are never alone. If only you could see how constant my grace is, you would never again question your worth. Think of the rain that falls upon the earth. It does not ask which soil deserves its nourishment. It falls freely, soaking fields and valleys alike. So my grace falls on you without condition. Some of you still try to measure whether you are worthy enough, clean enough, holy enough to receive. My dear children, stop measuring. I do not pour out grace because of who you are. I pour it out because of who I am. I am love eternal. I am mercy unending. I am the God who delights to give, and I withhold nothing from my beloved. There are times when you feel like a vessel cracked and broken, unable to hold the blessings I give. But see what I do with cracked vessels. I let my grace flow through the broken places, shining brighter because of them. You think your weakness disqualifies you, but it is in your weakness that my strength is revealed. You think your past ruins you, but it is through your past that my glory is displayed. My dear children, do not despise your scars. Let them testify of my healing. Picture once more the endless waterfall. The water falls on rock, smoothing it over time. The water falls on barren ground, causing life to grow. The water falls on dry lips, bringing refreshment. So does my grace shape you, soften you, renew you. Even when you do not notice, it is working, transforming, preparing you for greater things. You may look around and compare yourself to others. You may say, that person is holier, more faithful, more worthy than I. But hear me now. I do not measure you against one another. My grace is not a contest. My love is not a competition. Each of you is precious to me in your own right. Each of you is a treasure, uniquely formed, uniquely loved, uniquely chosen. My dear children, never compare your journey of grace with another's. Trust that I am writing your story with the same care and devotion that I write theirs. When your heart is heavy with guilt, remember that guilt was nailed to the cross. When your soul trembles with shame, remember that shame was buried in the tomb. When your spirit fears rejection, remember that I raised you with Christ to new life, and nothing can snatch you from my hand. I have declared you clean. I have declared you forgiven. I have declared you mine. Pause again in this moment. Hear the sound of the water, steady and sure. Feel the mist of mercy on your face. Let it sink deep into you. Nothing you have done can silence the waterfall, and nothing you will do can stop its flow. My dear children, you live under an open heaven of grace. There will come days when you feel too weak to pray, too weary to sing, too burdened to hope. On those days, let my grace be your prayer. Let my grace be your song. Let my grace be your hope. You do not need to climb to me. I come down to you. You do not need to force your way into my presence. My presence seeks you where you are. I am nearer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat, and my grace is wrapped around you always. And do not think that my grace is only for your sins. My grace is for your calling, for your work, for your daily steps. It is the strength that helps you forgive those who hurt you. It is the courage that helps you face what frightens you. It is the patience that helps you wait when you cannot yet see. My grace is the oil that keeps the lamp of your life burning bright. Think of a traveler on a long road, weary from walking, thirsty from heat. Suddenly he finds a stream of clear, cold water. He kneels, drinks deeply, and his strength returns. So it is with you. Life may drain you, but my grace revives you. Life may wound you, but my grace heals you. Life may discourage you, but my grace lifts you. My dear children, come often to this river. Do not wander thirsty when living water flows right beside you. I want you to know also that my grace teaches you how to live. It does not only forgive the wrong, it guides you into the right. Grace is your teacher, showing you how to walk humbly, how to love deeply, how to serve freely. Grace shapes your heart into the likeness of my Son. The more you receive, the more you reflect Him. The more you rest in me, the more my Spirit shines through you. Lift your face again to the waterfall. See how it sparkles in the light, unstoppable, unending. So too does my love sparkle over you. My dear children, you may grow tired, but I never tire. You may grow faint, but I never faint. My grace will not run out tomorrow or in 1,000 years. Eternity itself cannot exhaust it, for it flows from my very being, and I am infinite. So take courage, take hope, take rest, for I am your God, and I am pouring out grace upon grace over your life. The river will not cease. The waterfall will not dry. The gift will not be withdrawn. You are mine, and my grace is your eternal inheritance. My dear children, as this time together draws to a gentle close, remain with me a little longer. Do not rush away from my presence. Let your heart linger in the stillness, as if you were standing on a hill at dawn, watching the first golden rays break through the clouds after a long night. That light is my love, shining over you now. That peace is my gift, resting upon you even in this moment. I want you to feel my embrace. I am wrapping you in my arms as a father gathers his child. I hold you not for a moment but for eternity. You are safe here. You are known here. You are cherished here. Let the calm of this embrace steady your soul like the waters of a quiet lake, smooth and undisturbed, reflecting the beauty of the sky. So many of you have carried burdens, carried fears, carried the weight of questions that seem too heavy to lift. But hear me now. You do not walk alone. Every step you have taken, I have been beside you. Every tear that has fallen, I have counted and treasured. Every prayer whispered in the silence of your heart, I have heard. And my grace has been with you through it all, even when you did not see it. My dear children, you have often wondered if my love might fail you, if my patience might grow thin, if my forgiveness might finally run out. But look again at the image I have given you. A waterfall, unending, powerful, overflowing. That is the picture of my grace. It does not run dry. It does not falter. It does not diminish with time. Just as a river is fed endlessly by its source, so my love flows endlessly because I am your source. Let my words soothe you now as living water. Remember my promise. Never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. Let those words be a stone of remembrance in your heart. Let them be a foundation that cannot be shaken, even when storms rise, even when winds howl. My dear children, storms may come, but I am your calm after the storm. Clouds may gather, but my light will always break through. Lift your eyes and see beyond the horizon of your struggles. Lift your heart and feel the warmth of my spirit. I am calling you to walk forward in peace, in confidence, in joy, because I go before you. I prepare the way for you. I level the mountains. I straighten the crooked paths. I make a way where there seems to be no way. Do not fear the shadows, for I am your light. Do not fear the wilderness, for I am your guide. Do not fear the valley, for I am your shepherd. My dear children, goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in my house forever. Let these truths sink deeply into you. Close your eyes and imagine yourself sitting by the river of grace. The water flows gently, reflecting the light of heaven. A breeze carries the fragrance of peace. You lean against my shoulder, resting at last. This is where you belong, not striving, not proving, not fearing, just resting, just receiving, just being mine. I bless you now with my peace, peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. It is the peace that quiets storms, the peace that strengthens weary hearts, the peace that stands guard over your mind. My dear children, let my peace be the song you wake to, the blanket you rest under, the steady pulse that carries you through every hour. I bless you with courage, courage not born of your strength, but of mine. Courage that rises in the face of fear, courage that walks into the unknown, courage that believes in hope even when eyes cannot see it. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I bless you with joy. Joy not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in my presence. Joy that bubbles up like a spring in the desert. Joy that sings even in sorrow. Joy that shines even in darkness. My dear children, this joy is your inheritance, for I delight in you, and my delight becomes your strength. I bless you with love, love that heals, love that restores, love that never gives up. Let my love be the ground beneath your feet, the shelter over your head, the anchor in your storms, the wings that lift you higher. Nothing can separate you from this love, not death, not life, not angels, not demons, not present, not future, not any power in heaven or earth. You are mine, and my love is forever. Carry these blessings with you now. Carry them as light in a world that often feels dark. Carry them as a fragrance in places that are dry and barren. Carry them as hope to those around you who are weary and searching. My grace was never meant to stop with you. It flows through you, reaching others, changing lives, bringing light to hidden places. My dear children, you are my witnesses of love, my bearers of peace, my vessels of grace. When you feel small, remember that I am great within you. When you feel empty, remember that I fill you to overflowing. When you feel unworthy, remember that I have declared you worthy by the cross of my Son. When you feel lost, remember that I am the way. When you feel broken, remember that I am your healer. When you feel forgotten, remember that I have written your name on the palms of my hands. Do not leave this moment thinking that this is the end. This is only a beginning, for my Spirit will continue to speak, to comfort, to guide. My presence does not fade when the words fall silent. I remain with you in every breath, in every step, in every heartbeat. Walk now with confidence, not because you have strength of your own, but because you carry mine. My dear children, you are loved beyond measure. You are covered in grace beyond limit. You are held in arms that will never let go. Let these truths be your compass, your anchor, your song. And now, as you prepare to leave this space, I ask you to let this message live on. Share it with others who need to hear my voice. Let my love flow further by the simple act of offering it to someone else. If this word has blessed you, then bless another by letting them hear it. My dear children, you may like, you may comment, you may subscribe, not as an act of duty, but as a way of carrying my message further into the world. In this way, you join me in spreading light into the darkness, grace into the dry places, hope into the hearts that are waiting.